Hello, Visions. Welcome to this session of the 2025 Virtual Curriculum Fair. I am joined by Kathy and Danielle, who will be presenting for Lincoln Learning Science and History Social Science this morning. Kathy, go ahead.
I'm going to pass it off to Danielle to get us started here.
Perfect. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Danielle Freeman. I'm the Director of Client Success here at Lincoln Learning Solutions. And joining me today is my colleague, Kathy Sermonera. Kathy is our Senior Manager of Sales. So we're really excited to be here today to talk to you about our curriculum. Before I hand things over to Kathy, just going to give you a little bit of a background about Lincoln Learning Solutions and who we are. So Lincoln Learning Solutions is a nonprofit organization that's been supporting schools and students since 2005. As we celebrate 20 years in education, we're proud of the strong, lasting partnerships that we have built along the way. We are based in Pennsylvania, and we work with schools across the state and nationwide, helping educators create meaningful and engaging learning experiences that set students up for success. So what makes Lincoln Learning Solutions different? It really comes down to four key things: our expertise and fresh approach to learning, the support that we provide to our partners, our commitment to improving education in our communities, and our dedication to fairness and excellence in everything that we do. Our digital curriculum, Lincoln Empowered, is built to be flexible and adaptable for students from early kindergarten through 12th grade. We have more than 170 courses and 180,000 customizable learning objects and assessments that's designed to fit a variety of learning models, whether it's virtual, blended, or hybrid, without sacrificing quality or alignment. So in addition to working with those different types of learning models, we also work with a large number of homeschool families across the country as well. But we're more than just a curriculum provider. We're a dedicated partner in education, focusing on helping students, educators, and communities thrive. Our expertise, innovation, and commitment to equity and excellence, we feel, is what sets us apart from the other vendors in the ed tech space. Next slide. There we go. Thank you, Kathy. Lincoln Learning Solutions is dedicated to providing our clients with world-class resources. Our Cognia and WASC accreditations signify our commitment to delivering high-quality learning for our students and demonstrate that we are committed to continuously improving our educational effectiveness. So that's a little background about Lincoln Learning. I will hand things over now to speak to our science and social studies curriculum.
Well, our science curriculum first, we created additional pathways to incorporate those integrated middle school courses. In addition to that, we make sure that we include real world application within our science courses. So you'll see some hands-on activities, some interactive labs, projects, all designed really to kind of encourage that critical thinking. In addition to that, we have incorporated real world exploration and discovery. So you'll see some of those concepts woven throughout our courses. It's important to know that when you're using Lincoln Science or Social Studies courses, that students have easy to follow lessons that keep them engaged and tools that help parents stay informed and involved. With our social studies courses, you will see that we did start with those California standards, and we customized the course to meet those state-specific concepts. So you'll see that we have a lot of thematic learning, and some of the key themes that we talk about here are citizenship, history, geography, and economics, all with that California lens. You'll see that our lessons are really developed in a way that promotes appreciation for diverse learning perspectives and a very wide global understanding. So one of the most exciting differentiators for Lincoln Learning Solutions is our IT style of learning objects. We know that every student learns differently, so we offer content in multiple formats to support that differentiation. So your read its and teach its are going to be tailored to offer that traditional type of instruction. Your watch its and your show its and your play its are going to incorporate some videos and visuals that allow for a really engaging learning experience. Practice it and assess it and apply it really helps students demonstrate their understanding of those learning objectives, where reinforce it and engage and extend it, allow for students to deepen their understanding or also just kind of go over concepts that students may need a little bit more support on. So right now, what we are going to do is we are going to head into the course here. So are we able to see right now the Buzz Learning Management System? Yeah. Okay, great. So we're going to head right now into the Buzz Learning Management System. And what you see here is the student view. So this is from the lens of the student. What I love about this platform is that it's engaging for the student and very intuitive for students to navigate and to find the content that they're looking for. So right here, we are at the student dashboard, and just with a quick glance as a student, I can see here, my current score. There's a progress bar of how far I've gone within that course, and as well as a variety of other things that I can see. Know that I'll have a to-do list, which is a global to-do list of all of the things all of the courses that I'm in, as well as an activity stream that gives me an updated view of activities that I've turned in, things that my teacher may have graded. So I have that kind of all at my fingertips right here on my student dashboard. When I log into my science course, one of the things I want to talk about here first is that this unique design of our courses, and unique and consistent, I want to say, is unique and consistent because all of our courses, whether you're in our science course or our social studies course, you'll see some of the same formats. You'll see that we always begin with the course resources folder, and that course resources folder is going to incorporate a variety of things that will support student learning, such as a pacing guide or additional resources that guide the student through. So just kind of global resources that you can use, and they would all be found right here at the top of the course in the course resources folder. You'll see that our courses also have a modular design, which means our semester course will have 6 modules. And within those 6 modules, you'll see that they have 15 lessons. So students will have 15 lessons for each module. That consistent design really is supportive to student learning because students know what they can expect as they go through a Lincoln Learning Solutions course. In addition to that modular design, you'll see another consistent approach when it comes to some of our assessments. Students will have a checkpoint assessment every 5 lessons. So there will be that checkpoint every 5 lessons to review concepts that were taught in those previous 5 lessons. In addition to that, there will also be a mastery assess it at the end of each module. So almost like a unit exam to summarize the content from that complete module. So the consistent assessment pieces are really great for students because they know what to anticipate. We also encourage students to do a lot of hands-on activities, which I'll show as we go through the lessons. Let's take a look. Let's head right now into lesson 3 here, and we're going to start with lesson 3. I'm going to go through some of these learning objects so you can see how the content really comes to life for that student. So when I click on the first item here, you'll see that it is a Teach It. And Teach Its are going to be the video version of our Read Its. And so this is a great place for emerging readers or just kind of a student who really maybe enjoys listening to content or needs the content read aloud to them. This is a great way to start a lesson. And I'll just play a little bit of it for you here. So what you'll see here is our teacher will be reading through the content for the student, and that allows for the students to really get engaged with the content from the start. The teacher here is reading through the content in a teacher voice, calling out specific things that is important for the student to understand when they're going through each lesson. It is also a great place for, like I said, for those emerging readers. And just kind of a personal note, I did have my daughter take these courses when she was in kindergarten, and she felt so empowered because she was able to understand the content and then move on to the next learning object. Even though she, was still just learning how to read, she was able to kind of consume the content in a way that she found most effective. So we have that Teach It for our students always available first. Next, we have a Read It. And the Read It really is going to be the meat and potatoes of the lesson. It's where that instructional text is for the student. And our curriculum team went beyond just kind of creating that instructional text. They made it interactive for the student. So you'll see some really great imagery within our lessons. You'll also see places where students can engage with the content. So I'm kind of showing you we're hovering over items so that students can stay connected to what they're learning. Our team did a great job with creating a lot of visuals for the students to represent some harder concepts. And then in addition to that, lots of great imagery to make that content come to life. You'll see text poppers throughout the course as well, really highlighting new vocabulary for students and calling that new vocabulary out. Students are always asked to think critically throughout the lesson as well. So you'll see opportunities for students to kind of be asked a question and then maybe have them think about it. And then there is an answer that is provided. And then at the end of each lesson, we always have some place where students can kind of demonstrate their understanding of what they just read. So kind of a nice little place where they can interact and engage. You might be curious about this little bar right here, and this is our text help toolbar. This is embedded in all of our learning objects and allows for a great resource for students. It has a text to speech, so anything on this learning object, it will read it aloud to the student. Just by pressing play, it will do that text to speech. In addition, there's a translator tool, a dictionary tool, a picture dictionary, as well as a screen mask to help students with their learning. So students will always see that embedded with each one of their lessons. So after the Read It, we will move on to the next learning object, which is a Watch It. And Watch Its are a great place for students to really continue their learning of that Read It. It brings a lot of those concepts to life for the student and is engaging content as well. So when I press play, you'll see our video plays. What I love about the concept of Lincoln Learning Solutions curriculum is that all of our content is within this learning management system. So you'll see this Watch It here, and we're not navigating out into different places. It's all embedded right here within the platform. Lincoln Learning Solutions has our own media team. So this video that I'm showing right now is a Lincoln produced video. You might also see videos from BowClips, which is an educational video provider that we partner with. And they provide some great enriching videos for our students as well. After the Watch It, students will kind of take their learning to the next level with a Play It. And the Play It is definitely one of a fan favorite of our students. The Play Its are really a place for students to kind of take the concepts that they learned in the Read It and enjoy a game, a learning, educational game to enhance their experience. And like I said, I think the students really like the Play Its the most. And then next we come to a Show It. The Show It is a wonderful place for students to demonstrate their understanding of the specific learning objective that we've talked about through this whole lesson. So within this lesson, we listened to ways that we can identify the parts of a plant, read about ways to identify parts of the plant, watched, you played a game, and now it's time to really demonstrate our understanding of that learning objective. So students will be completing this parts of a plant worksheet. And you can see that we incorporate a lot of hands-on activities for our students within our elementary courses. So within this lesson or within this show it here, students will be reinforced with the concepts that they learned in the Read It, and then they'll show their understanding with this awesome worksheet here. This worksheet is having students really assemble a plant and label the different parts. So students can print this worksheet off and go ahead and cut them out and make their flower. And it's a great place for students to, show what they have learned within this lesson. Each one of our Show-Its does also include a Show-It answer key. So this is a place that if you want to check your work, you can see that the answer key is right here, and you can check your work. And again, these Show-Its are fantastic places for incorporating that authentic work piece that we want to see from our students. Now I'm going to navigate out because the lesson 3 right here was a fantastic example of, a very good series of learning objects. And you can see how those are the building blocks for our courses. When I navigate to lesson 4, I just want to highlight another place where students will find an assessment. So this happens to be an assessment that students will complete a worksheet and then also share that with their teacher. So they would go through the content, and then this is a place where students will submit their authentic work to their teacher. So they will be completing this worksheet, Make Your Own Food, and they will complete this worksheet either by printing it out and then doing it by hand, or they can complete it digitally with Google Drawings right here. And they'd complete that worksheet, and then they'd use this submission box here to upload their work to their teacher. And then as mentioned too, the other forms of assessments would be every 5 lessons for the checkpoints. And the checkpoints are auto-graded assessments where students will go through and answer the questions. Very short auto-graded assessment here, really a check for understanding to kind of show how you are processing all the information from the previous 5 lessons. So as we submit our results here, you'll see that the students will get that instant feedback, and these will be also shared with their teacher here. Students do have the opportunity to retry these exams as well if they'd like to for checking their understanding, and then they also have the opportunity to go back if they need to revisit some concepts. So I think that's a really great point to call out, is that they are able to go back and revisit. So if they needed to go back to lesson 3 to review some of those parts of a plant, they most absolutely can. They can always go back and check on some items here after they take that checkpoint. This will all still be available to them. And then finally, we do have that Mastery Assess-It at the end of each module. And our Mastery Assess-Its include a mix of auto-graded questions and then also a few short answer questions as well. So students will be able to think critically and share what they know with their teacher. So I'm going to navigate back to our dashboard and just give you a preview as well for some of our social studies courses. And so one of the things to call out again is that consistent design. And I didn't call this out in the beginning, but when you log into your course, you'll see a last visited activity. This makes navigation really simple for students because they know where they had left off, and so they can hop right back into where they had left off, which is great. In addition to that, there is a course to-do list as well. So this will just kind of show the activities for this course that they need to do, or upcoming things with due dates available right there. You'll see that same consistent design starting with the course resources folder, and that course resources has all of the standard resources for this course. And then you'll see also that modular design, again, very consistent across all courses, subject areas, and grade levels. So when I take a look at lesson 1 here in Social Studies 5, you'll see that we have a couple concepts that we're going through in lesson 1. So you'll see we're talking about the 5 themes of geography and then maps and globes. So we're talking about 2 things, and you can see how, when we were in a lower level science course, we're just focused on one. item to think about. As we get into our upper elementary grades, you'll see we have a little bit more rigor and concepts, but same flow and same feeling as all of our courses. So we will always start with that teach it. And then I'll just kind of preview these very quickly here so we have some time for any questions. But we do start with that teach it, as always, that video version of our read it. And then we'll cycle into the read it here as well. So again, you're going to see that awesome did you know to really kind of encourage the beginning parts of the lesson for the learning. And then you'll see a variety of new vocabulary in this lesson. So again, calling out that new vocabulary with the text poppers is a great way for students to understand some of those new words there. You can see how we do add a lot of interactivity when it comes to our lessons here. So again, students have the opportunity to work through the content even when they are, within a read it. More watch its here again. Looks like this one is another Lincoln Learning Solutions produced video. So and then moving into the show it. The show it again, you can print this worksheet out and complete this worksheet by hand, or you have the option to use the Google Drawings as well. So as we've kind of rounded out both the highlights of the science and social studies courses, I hope we left you with kind of a great understanding of what Lincoln Learning Solutions has to offer for both the science and social studies courses. I'm going to pause here to see if there are any questions.
Kathy, Danielle, thank you so much for presenting today. I'm going to go ahead and stop our recording at this point so that we can get into Q&A.